My family laughed when I brought soup. They didn't know it was their last meal in my house. I knew dinner was going to be awkward, but I didn't expect laughter, real, belly-hurting laughter, the kind that makes you question if you're the punchline, and in a way, I was. It was a rainy Sunday evening, the kind where the house smells like wet earth and unresolved resentment. I had spent the afternoon making soup, my grandmother's recipe, a family favorite, but this dinner wasn't about food, it was about drawing a line that had been smudged for far too long. My family, bless their dramatic souls, had always seen me as the soft one, the youngest, the one who'd fold first, apologize first, pay first, so when I invited them over, they thought it was another one of my attempts to keep the peace. My mother arrived with her usual perfume cloud and passive-aggressive smile. My brother, Rehan, came empty-handed, as always, joking about how I owed him a drink, and my sister, Sana, well, she brought her husband, who still hadn't paid me back for the car loan I shouldn't have expected to see again. The soup simmered quietly while everyone argued about politics, cricket, and why I hadn't done something bigger with my life. It was a familiar performance, and I played my part, smiling, nodding, laughing where appropriate, but something in me had shifted lately. Maybe it was all those nights eating alone after being excluded from family gatherings, or maybe it was realizing that peace without respect is just quiet humiliation. When I placed the bowls of steaming soup on the table, the joke started. Soup? That's dinner? Rehan snorted. What is this, a diet plan? Sana giggled. You're really outdoing yourself, chef. Even my mother chuckled. You never could cook much. Beta, at least you tried. I forced a smile and sat down. Just eat, you'll like it. They slurped and laughed and complained, completely unaware of what was coming. I watched them talk over each other, the way they always did, as if their voices mattered more than anyone else's. My chest felt tight, not with anger, but with a strange calm, because this wasn't a meal, it was a farewell performance. So, I said, interrupting their chatter, I'm glad everyone could make it tonight because this is the last dinner we're having here. They froze. Rehan frowned. What do you mean? I said, calmly, setting my spoon down. I'm done with this, with pretending everything's fine, with being the emotional punching bag every time someone feels like unloading their drama. Sana blinked. Are you serious? You're kicking us out over soup? I laughed softly. No, I'm kicking you out because this soup is the last meal I'm ever cooking for people who only show up to take. My mother's face twisted. Beta, don't be dramatic. Oh, I learned it from the best. I cut in. My voice didn't even shake. You all made me feel like I wasn't enough, like everything I did was small or silly. You wanted me quiet so you could feel loud. Congratulations, you win, but not in my house anymore. For the first time in years, the table went silent. The rain tapped against the window like background applause. Rehan laughed nervously. You're joking, right? I stood up and walked to the door. Nope, the guest Wi-Fi password expires in 10 minutes, and so does your welcome. There was a long, stunned pause, then chairs scraped back, mutters filled the air, and one by one, they left. Rehan cursed under his breath, Sana rolled her eyes, and my mother gave me that look, the disappointed one before stepping into the rain. When the door closed, the house finally exhaled. I sat back down and finished my soup alone. It tasted different, warmer, somehow free. A week later, I got a text from Sana. We didn't mean to hurt you, you could have just said something. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. Some people don't hear you until the silence gets loud enough. Now, every Sunday, I make that same soup, but this time, I invite people who bring peace instead of problems, friends who laugh with me, not at me. And you know what? That's when I realized the truth. Sometimes, the most peaceful homes are the ones you empty first. So tell me, have you ever had to walk away from your own family just to find peace? Would you have kicked them out too, or tried one more time? Let me know in the comments.